welcome back to the Metal Teddy Bear Experience podcast right now. This is your host, Chris. We have someone special on the line. We have Anton of O'Brother. What's up, dude? How you doing?
Hey, how's it going?
And we also have
Hooray.
Jesse here. What's up, Jesse?
We're back. How's it
AKA
going?
Insid, AKA JTDrums. We're keeping it real here on Friday night.
For those 10 people out there, follow me.
So, Anton, man, how you been doing?
Doing good, man. Cannot complain. You know, the world is in a weird place right now, but I have my health and got a roof over my head, so we're all good.
Two most important things, right? You got both of them. Well, where are you calling from?
We're down in Atlanta.
Oh, nice, dude. Nice. The home of Walking Dead. I feel like everyone talks about that.
Yeah, it's still a good show, surprisingly. So
Awesome.
You know, I still I used to watch it like every Sunday. Me and my friends would have a ritual where we would go to Taco Bell and then go and watch Walking Dead, or vice versa. You know, we'd get Taco Bell after. And I don't know what happened. I feel like once, spoiler alert for anyone, blah blah blah. I don't even know what season it is. But when Negan escaped the prison, I just lost track after that. I was like, I don't know. Is that, have you been watching still?
I haven't watched the last season, I believe, but I've watched most of it, maybe except for like one or two seasons.
Okay, so did I spoil anything for you right there?
No.
Okay, cool. So how far behind am I?
I can't remember. It's been a while.
So
Me and my wife binged it all the way through and then kind of stopped.
I feel like that kind of means it's been far away now for me. And then they had the what was the spin-off series they had for Walking Dead?
Fear of the Walking Dead.
Yeah, Fear of the Walking Dead, which
Yeah,
I couldn't get into that. I don't know. Did you?
I didn't watch that one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it just didn't do it for me. What have you been watching now that you've been quarantined?
I started watching this show called What We Do in the Shadows. It's a FX show. It's on Hulu right now. It's freaking hilarious. It is a kind of like the Office style show, but it's about vampires.
Yeah.
Yeah. It like you see the trailer and you read about the show. It sounds kind of lame, but I've heard really good things from a lot of people that I respect their opinion. So I checked it out and it is hilarious.
What's it called again?
What We Do in the Shadows.
Okay, is it on Netflix?
It's on
Hulu. Okay, cool. I gotta check that out. I never heard of that. It sounds fun though, because I love The Office.
Yeah, it's very
it's
done very well written, super funny. Definitely worth checking out.
That's good. I was kind of hoping. I saw the commercial. I was like, this looks like it could be good, but also looks like it could suck really bad. Like, I was like,
my same thought too, but it's actually really, really good.
That's good to hear. I might have to watch it.
Check it out.
Oh, man. Okay, sick. So how's it going? How's the music going? You been practicing a lot, or you been able to do things with the band, or you guys have been just kind of stuck at home, breaking quarantine and jamming at all? Or
we actually have.
Nice.
So we just released that new record, You and I, that came out a few weeks ago, and we probably spent the first like month, a little over a month of the lockdown, kind of just prepping this because we self-released it, so we spent like a good month just like prepping it and going over details and rolling it out, and it's out now, and we're kind of very inspired to keep writing because of all the feedback. So we've actually been tossing ideas back and forth and sending riffs back and forth and stuff like that. So yeah, we're still jamming.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, yeah, that's because I was like actually asked this question to another band. I see a lot of bands that are releasing music like during the lockdown or right before the lockdown, and it's kind of like you don't know when you're going to be able to play a show, and it's like weird to have a record out and think about writing a new record. But it's almost like, are you going to probably have like it's like almost like, do you have enough juices left, or are you guys like burnt out from writing this record, or you guys are like, I know you just said you're just trying to write again, but it's like, could you feasibly have like another record or an EP ready before this whole thing's like over? Probably.
Yeah,
insane.
For sure. Yeah, I mean, like, every band's situation is different, but I would find it hard to believe for musicians to not come out of this without a few songs under the belt.
Yeah, right. Oh man.
Well, I know
Yeah.
it came out early in the month too, you and you guys did this by yourself. Actually, you guys had Andy Hall and Robert McDowell produce. How much fun was that?
A lot of fun. I've always said this, they're like the sixth and seventh members of our band when we're doing a record. They've done every record one, but they've, you know, bring a lot to the table, and most importantly is the outsider perspective. Because we spent a lot of time writing these songs, and especially for these songs on You and I, we spent like probably close to 2 years just working them out and building them up to get to a spot where we feel comfortable presenting it to people. And it's very easy to get trapped in that box, and not know what you kind of lose track of and what's not anymore. So it's good to have that outsider perspective, and Robert and Andy help out a lot, and they know how we work, so we all work very, very, very well together, actually.
Nice. How long did it take you guys to like write and record the record?
It took us probably about 2 years to write, and just a couple of months to track it. This is the longest that we've taken on a record, honestly. But that is kind of like the perk of not having a label push you and whatnot. So we got to take our sweet time, and everything progressed very naturally, and that's why I think it turned out so well. It was a record that we wanted to write, not like we didn't have to write a record, but it just came out so naturally, and we're all very happy with how it turned out.
Now, you released this during COVID. I know some people have decided to push back their albums like Lamb of God, Hatebreed, and stuff like that. They pushed it actually, I don't even know when Hatebreed is coming out, but like they pushed
Not announced.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not announced yet, but they pushed it back. So, did you guys get like impacted? Did COVID affect you guys at all with your album release?
It did affect us, and thankfully in a positive way. Yeah, so we were actually planning on releasing this probably around June or so. We had been the record has been done for like close to a year at this point. And it had been 4 years since we released a record, and between our fans getting like fairly antsy for a new record, and given the time of the lockdown, and people were just home and bored and online all the time, we kind of just felt the need to just kind of let it go as soon as possible during that time. And I think we when we put it up, it was Pay What You Want, and I think just given the circumstance that we're in, people were very very helpful financially. They were just very, very supportive of the band at this time, and we're very thankful. And like I said, we were very lucky with good praises, I guess you could say.
I know Bandcamp waived their fees on Friday, so that probably helped you guys out a lot, right?
Yeah, that's when we released it. It was on that Friday. That day, I'm sure they were like every band on Bandcamp was promoting their stuff, and somehow we got to reach like the top. Let's see, we were best vinyl seller on Bandcamp that day, and number 2 overall on Bandcamp that day, just right behind Mogwai. So it's
oh damn,
yeah, pretty rad.
That's awesome, especially on the day they waived the fees too. That's
yeah.
I tried to make it a point. I bought a few vinyls and like digital releases on because apparently they're doing it next Friday too. I think it's like and I think it's
every
awesome.
Friday for the next month, right?
Yeah, it's awesome. Like, Bandcamp is they're really onto something, and I really hope that the music industry realizes how useful Bandcamp is, because I can't think of another like marketplace where you can buy music that will directly support the band. So it's a very very good business model.
How's Bandcamp actually making money? I guess the advertisements.
Well, they get a
Um,
percentage of the buy, right? Not
they,
on Friday.
they take
Yeah.
a small cut. I want to say it's like 10% goes to Bandcamp and 5 goes to like processing fees or whatnot. But but yeah, overall, I think artist gets 85% of every dollar. So
Yeah,
Damn.
that's awesome. I'm just saying, like, how's Bandcamp staying around?
Well, that's
You
like,
know?
well, you got, yeah. Hopefully
I
they
mean,
stay around.
there's notable artists on there that I'm sure that's making Bandcamp a chunk of change. So
Yeah, that's true too. I always forget about like, because usually I feel like bigger bands, the labels don't want them on there. You know what I mean? Because I feel like you can't have like a big label on Bandcamp, right? Or it has to be like a independent label kind of thing.
Well, it looks like, yeah.
yeah, I think you could be an independent label and still put your records up on there.
Yeah, because at first I thought it was like if you had a label you couldn't be on there, but then I noticed some people like that were on Pure Noise, they were on there and stuff like that. So I was like, oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Well, Lamb of God's old merch, not old merch, but they have like I forgot what they had, like the New American Gospel vinyl or something on there. I almost bought it. I was like, Lamb of God's on here. All right, weird. I was like, they have
Yeah,
like,
that's
all right,
weird.
cool. But like, yeah, I was like curious, like, because I listen to some artists that like talk about like they're like self-releasing. Like I know Jamie Josta, he's in Hatebreed, big hardcore band, but he does his own stuff and he releases it self-titled like on his own stuff.
Mhm.
So with the self-release, did this like kind of Friday, like the fee waiving, did that like help cut a lot of the cost of the recording? Like did it like help recoup a lot of that? Because you're not having a lot of different people like label, man, like I don't know what your situation is, but did it help like recoup a lot of the costs?
Yes, it did. Thankfully, and that was kind of the idea behind releasing the record. We had been on a label from Long Island called Triple Crown Records. They released our first 3 full lengths. Had a pleasure working with them. Fred, the label owner, is a really wonderful guy who just genuinely loves music and he was one of the first people to really dig our music. But we super thankful for the opportunities that we were given, and we were able to grow our fan base in the last 10 years. But I think in order to make this self-release thing work, there needs to be some sort of fan base, like,
Yeah.
because if we didn't have like as big of a fan base as we did, I don't think it would have been as successful. Granted, like the band itself would still make money, but we past records, we didn't see any money from like album sales or anything, whether it was physical or online. And this time around, like, obviously we had to front costs for like vinyl production, and studio time and paying an engineer and mixing and mastering and all that. But after all that's paid off, that money goes straight to the band so that we can keep putting out records sooner and do more cool projects and stuff like that. So that's kind of the plan behind why we decided to go that way.
I was about to say, I was like, what was that? There's a demon! Run! Somebody! It's all right.
Sorry, yeah, that was my dog freaking out.
It's all right.
No, it's all good. What's his name?
Butters.
Oh, nice.
God damn it, Butters.
Was that
Coming
related
on my
to South Park?
podcast.
When we got her name was Buttons, and that name is lame as shit, so we changed it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That name was lame as shit, so we changed it. Imagine someone saying that to you in real life. Hey, my name's Jesse. That name is lame as shit. You're Jake.
Yeah, I'm gonna call.
It's like, all right.
Didn't they kind of do that in Parks and Rec with
Gary.
Yeah.
Oh, oh man,
So
that's
good.
unreal.
So there's something cool coming up in a couple of days. I think May 29th. Actually, when this is dropped, it would be like the day of. Anyway, you guys are at Slay at Home Fest, a virtual music festival and art festival. How honored are you to be on that? Because there's a lot of big names on there.
yeah, huge names on there doing their thing. And it's super cool to see, you know, because like I feel like smaller artists, independent artists, like they kind of have been doing this kind of like live stream at home thing, try to engage with fans and stuff, but it wasn't really a thing for like bigger artists, like major big time artists. So it's cool that all these big artists are kind of bringing us into their own home for, you know, for their performance. But yeah, super rad that we're able to be a part of it. Frank, who's part of Metal Injection, is setting Slay at Home Fest, and he's a super rad dude. He's been a big supporter of the band ever since the beginning, and he's just a super cool, super rad dude who loves heavy music.
That's for sure.
Yeah, so yeah, we're stoked, man. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, just to name off some of the bands that you'd be playing with, and for people who can't see this at home, Suicide Silence, Tesseract, Darkest Hour, 12-Foot Ninja.
What?
I'm gonna butcher this one, and I apologize. Durweg Inner Fiat.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's not the name. I guarantee. I didn't even see it.
I mean, you guys can check it out, but oh man, I'm sorry. Silver Tomb, Astronoid, Contra Collective, Abigail Williams, and Myron.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's all. Do they give like? How do they like? Do they just ask you if you have the means to stream, or do they send you the equipment that you're able to stream to the concert? Like, how does that work?
So it's not gonna be like a live performance from everyone.
Okay,
At least ours is pre-recorded, and I assume everyone else is gonna be pre-recorded as well. But yeah, Frank hit us up probably 3 or 4 weeks ago, and was like, "Kind of set this up. Would you want to be a part of this?" And you know, we were already kind of like figuring out the whole live stream and, you know, doing things from different homes right now. So we were totally down, and we figured it out, and it turned out pretty cool. So I'm stoked about it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, should be fun.
It's amazing what people are getting done. Like how many concerts, like actually speaking of Tesseract, they post on YouTube, like they just did it from their homes, like a 30-minute, like all of them in their own rooms. And
yeah,
I saw Minecraft Festival, which was weird. I didn't even know it happened. There was like 3 bands on there, and it was just weird watching Minecraft and just hearing this live band. I was like, all right, I'll take it. I'm
so weird.
Starved for live music. I don't care if I see a bunch of blocks running around.
Yeah,
blowing shit up on stage. I was like, all right, cool. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, this festival is also you can also donate because it's also trying to like raise money for COVID relief funds, like Music Cares, Global Giving, stuff like that. There's a donation link too, where they're trying to help out. So this is actually a really cool thing. I think it's really awesome.
Oh yeah.
And I noticed there was other festivals too, like Download. They were trying to do like a virtual festival as well. It's like you gotta do something during these times. Like me and Jesse talked about before, is like every time we look at our phone, we see like, oh, Between the Buried and Me was today. Well, shit. You know, like there's so many shows. Like Uncle Acid was supposed to be last week. I missed that now too. It's like it's such a bummer seeing all the shows you're supposed to go to. It pops up on my calendar. I'm like, oh, didn't need that.
Yeah. If I wasn't furloughed, I would think I would have slammed my phone into the ground. How many times I looked at it? I'm like, another great thing gone. Why didn't I delete it off my calendar? I was like, damn it. It's like, oh, someone's calling? Oh, Hatebreed today.
Yeah.
Yeah, wasn't Hatebreed coming up too?
What's that?
It passed. It passed already.
It passed
no, it's
already.
just stupid. Yeah. No, it's awesome. Like, how much did you guys have? Well, sorry, if did you guys have tour plans already, or did you luckily not have many plans and this hit and didn't like? Because I know some bands got hit like as they were getting on the bus.
Right. Yeah. We were very lucky and did not have anything planned. So I can't even imagine the nightmare that goes into rescheduling a whole tour. You know, like I've seen like tours that have rescheduled to like a later time and then like reschedule again because there's no way there's going to be a live show happening in like 2 or 3 weeks. So
if there is, I'll be blown away. Like there's a bunch of concerts. I'm kind of like, I don't mind if they wait another year. Like Between the Buried and Me, big fan. 10-year Misdirect tour. It's like, oh, we're going to go for the fall. I'm like, dude, I'm hoping. I hope I can go.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I'm not. Please
Yeah.
just schedule it a little bit farther. Just something. I can't take it twice. I don't know.
Exactly. Yeah. No,
Like-
you know what would have been cool to see was that Rage Against the Machine and Run the Jewels tour.
Oh,
That would have been so sick, man.
Yeah.
I live in Jersey, and I'm right by Madison Square Garden, and I'm blown away. They sold out like 10 days. They're like, we're going to keep adding shows. And I'm like, dude, I just want to see Run the Jewels and Rage Against the Machine. It'd be so cool.
Yeah.
But then all those shows got rescheduled. It's like, wow. I can't even imagine what that looks like.
And even like all the the huge festivals that are having to reschedule, like those big festivals book like a year in advance. Like, you know, you gotta start asking bands right now if you want them to play something next year. So like rescheduling that's gonna be insane too.
Yeah, I think they're just gonna move it over a year. Hopefully they're able to do that. Just literally copy and paste it. So it's just like, oh yeah, there you go. Because that's why I heard a bunch of tours like they just like canceled, and they're just like, fans are like, why'd you cancel? It's like, well, we literally have different plans now. It's like it's over. This is going into this plan and this tour. Now everything's getting mushed, so you just have to figure it out. It's like
exactly, yeah.
I feel
that's
like
awesome.
Machine Head rescheduled their European tour, I think, for October, and even that's kind of like risky. I think Killswitch rescheduled theirs too, right?
No, they're planning on, and believe me, I can't hit. I can't take it, bro. Just don't do it. They're like fall. Like just go for the winter. Go for like this maybe next spring. I could, because it's like I haven't asked for any refunds, but like like there was like I asked for the Hatebreed just because I was curious because it was straight up canceled, and they were like, no, it's postponed. I'm like, it's literally on every single social media. It's canceled, and I kind of understand the ticket companies. They don't want to give up the money. Obviously, it's just money going out. It's not coming in at all. So it's like I get it, but
when would they say it's canceled if everyone else says it's canceled?
I don't know. They just haven't answered me back. So whatever. $40. I don't care. The only problem is it goes to the ticket company. And though I appreciate the job they do, if I buy an O'Brother ticket, if it goes to you, that'd be cool. I'll let you have the money. I don't have a lot of money, but I'm pretty sure it's going to some random guy in Ticket Web. Like, oh, this is awesome. Another $40.
Hatebreed's not gonna get that $40 from you, man.
Or even the venue. I'd almost be cool with the venue again. It's like, nah, it's just gonna go to some dude just like in an office.
I mean, hopefully concerts can come back sooner than later. Like because I see this one for Arkansas. It's really not that. I mean, obviously it's bad because it's 1,000-seat venue and they're only selling $200 tickets.
Or 200 tickets. Yeah.
200 tickets. Sorry. Hey, if they could scalp those tickets too, because not everyone can go. But anyway, the pictures I saw from it, I don't know if you saw, Anton, but like they had the caution tape over the urinals in the men's bathroom and stuff like that to separate. I think it was every 2 or 3.
Right.
It was pretty. I don't know. Just looking at that, if you go to metal shows, you see everyone just like pissing right next to each other, like your drum, just it's a mess.
At a metal show, they're like sweating on each other.
Where are you supposed to yell Slayer if not right next to somebody? I know they're retired now, but you still got to yell it, right?
And they were taking temperatures too at the door. So
yeah, I did not know that was happening. I did not see that. That's crazy.
Yeah, there was a whole thing. Apparently, it was supposed to happen May 15th. The artist was called Travis McCready. I don't know him, but
he's a country artist.
Yeah, he was supposed to have it on May 15th. There was a whole backlash with the government. Eventually, they pushed it back to May 18th, which was legal and everything was allowed. And it actually went off.
Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Arkansas breaking the bend. Someone was like, "Yeah, maybe you could do that in Arkansas." I don't think you could do that in New York City, though.
Oh no, hell no, dude.
Ain't happening.
Yeah.
Nope.
And if it is, that show's gonna be creepy as hell.
Yeah.
It's like
imagine like 300 people at like fucking Terminal 5 or something.
Yeah, I don't know. Like it's like I would still go. Like I listen to a good chunk of your guys' music, and I could still vibe. I would go see you guys, and hell, I'd go see the heaviest band. Just stand there with my hands in my pocket, like a good little kid online.
Oh yeah,
I'll take it. I hate to say it. It's like, oh, would you really risk getting COVID? I'm like, I have my mat. Like I don't know, kinda. I kind of want to get out of my house. Who knows? I don't know.
Maybe I'll risk it once for a band that I really love. Who knows?
just in the bed. It was totally worth it.
Yeah.
It was totally worth it.
So another thing I keep seeing now is like everyone has like a Twitch stream, everyone has a podcast. People are trying to keep busy while they're quarantined at home. So what's a Twitch stream that like a band that should start a Twitch stream? Like who would you want to see?
Oh, brother.
Um,
Just right into
I'm not too hip on the Twitch. I know that a lot of bands have been doing streaming stuff like that on there, but I've personally have not been on Twitch ever, so I don't really know how it works. But from what I can tell, it's kind of like a live streaming thing where people can either pay or donate to.
Yeah, you basically free you stream for free, and then as you get bigger, like obviously you probably get like they can either donate or subscribe to you. There's like a monthly fee where you get like special privileges, obviously. And so like like bands are like doing, you could like, I'll do my whole, you can vote for like an album. I'll do a playthrough. Like a lot of people are just playing through their music,
Right.
or doing covers.
Gotcha.
So it's basically like that, like the gist of it.
I know like Devin Townsend does his like he was putting out like new projects every day. So one of the Twitch streams was him actually editing and like mixing like the song or video. And you got to watch him do it. And then people were asking questions while he was doing it. He was like, "Oh, I do this and that." And then, they save it there later so you can watch it another time.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. It's kind of nuts. It turns out music fans are kind of nerds. Who would have thought they want to hear it's like so many people like don't think that. They're like, I'm sick of guitar, but who wants to see that? I don't even play guitar. Me, I'll watch. Like just get on stream. I'll do it. Nuts.
I think Matt Heafy is probably one of the biggest metal guys on Twitch right now.
Yeah, dude, it's nuts. And there's people who are unsigned, just people who are sick, Yeah. But that's an idea, yeah. You never know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you did come out with this album, You and I. Do you have any what were like the highs and lows of the recording that album? If you could think of any.
There were a lot of highs, honestly. It was really cool to be the first band to do a full length in that studio, which our friends opened up. Our friend Dan, who plays bass in a band called Group Love.
Oh, cool.
And then our really good friend TJ, who is manning the engineering and mixing side of the studio. So yeah, they too opened up a studio. They had done a few singles there, but we were the first band to kind of do a full album, full project there. And it's centrally located between all of us, so it was like really convenient for us to just roll over there during mixing sessions or like coming in to throw on a track or something like that. Super vibey, very chill, very great work environment for us too. As far as lows, I can't really think of any, honestly. Like it was just a really inspiring time for our band to like going into the studio knowing that like this is going to be like our record, like there's no label involved. So yeah, it's like I can't think of any lows, honestly, about this about the production of this record.
Oh, awesome. That's a great thing to hear.
Yeah, usually there's like band members that like, oh man, it was a brutal process, thank God it's over,
Thought we were gonna lose somebody. Who?
Right,
Tommy. He almost died. Ow.
Like the amount of times I had to record that guitar riff, he's like, I'm just so tired of that riff, I don't want to hear it anymore, But it's good that you had we were actually talking about this with someone else, like having a good journey meeting your goal too, because some people go through their journey and like it's a miserable process, but at least they got to the goal. Some people like you have to actually enjoy that journey, so it's cool that that happened to you.
Yeah, no, it's very important for us to the vibes are very important to us. So like, and we we're very lucky, we all know how to work with each other. We've been doing it for a little over 10 years now. And writing used to be hard and stressful and people's feelings would get hurt, but now it's like no one's feelings gets hurt anymore. Everyone just knows that like everyone that says their opinion is for the best of the song. And yeah, so yeah, we're very lucky in that aspect.
How'd you guys get into this like style, this like vibe style?
I think it has a lot to do with how big our influences vary. we listen to a lot of different kinds of music, from doom metal, sludge doom, whatever, to classical, to ambient, to movie scores, to trip hop. Like it's like we're literally all over the place. Top 40 pop, even like you'll hear that in a van every now and again. So like we try to just incorporate all the things that we enjoy in certain genres and try to throw it into an O'Brother record and see what happens.
That's awesome. Yeah, I was also wondering too, because you guys did put it out yourself. Did you guys? Well, you said there was nothing that went wrong, but I always think, like, personally, it's probably great not having someone over your shoulder. But is it like a problem, like, thinking about, because technically there's no time frame because you're your own boss. So did you guys ever run into a moment where it's like, oh no, we need to do this? Like, crap, like it's like we can't just sit here and write this one song. We do kind of have to get this going. Like you said, it's been 4 years. For the love of God, we got to fit. Was there ever a moment like that, or did it stay calm, cool, and collected through the whole thing? Where you're like, no, we're getting there.
I would say the first year was that basically. It was just kind of burnt out on just doing the band for a while. My brother had just had a kid. A couple of the dudes started buying homes around here and stuff like that. So like life started happening, and then the band kind of just slowly stepped aside for a second. But luckily our drummer is very motivated, and he's the one that sets us timelines and deadlines and stuff like that, which is, that stuff is healthy. It's good to, be nudged. But yeah, overall, like the first year was just basically us just sitting around and just hanging out with each other, but not playing music with each other.
Fair enough. Yeah, because that's what I always worry about. Like, I hate bosses, but man, sometimes a scary look through the crack, like the corner of someone's eye. Hey, what's up?
Yeah.
Ah, shit, I didn't do it? Oh, no. It's like,
I
gotta do it.
I got to ask this because we've been asking everyone. How'd you guys meet?
Oh, yeah.
So my brother plays in the band, and our drummer, Michael, he's our best friend he's been our family best friend for like 20 years at this point. He actually married our sister, so he's our brother-in-law now. So
brother.
Yeah. It's truly O'Brother. But us three have been playing music since we were in middle school. And then Tanner, we started O'Brother with a different singer that left, and then we found Tanner through playing shows with his old band, which oddly enough was an instrumental band. And Tanner's got like one of the unique and best voices out there, in my opinion. So it boggles my mind that he was playing in an instrumental band.
That's nuts. Let's put this instrument down. Let's just go do something else for a while. It's like, all right, man.
Yeah. And then Jordan, we met him through playing with his previous band as well, just back in the day. So, we respected Tanner and what he did in his band, and Jordan with his band, and, asked them to join along, and thankfully they agreed.
Oh, awesome. So pretty organic. That's pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, very organic.
Awesome. Oh, yeah, the reason we asked that is that the last couple of bands that we interviewed all said that they met on Craigslist, which is weird. I never heard that. I was like, I only heard about like Helping Me Move and that other stuff. We don't talk about it. It's like, oh wow, and they're sick. It's like,
what's funny? Like, I didn't think bands would admit to that. Kind of like how couples don't like to admit they met on like Tinder or something like that.
We met in a cafe. Where? The internet. But anyways, it was pretty great. Yeah. That's unreal. That's awesome though, man. It's so great when you hear about just great. Well, I'm also blown away. You just said that your brother and the drummer been playing together so long. Do you guys there's obviously you probably have fights. Everyone's got even scuffles, but it's kind of interesting. It's like people don't that you guys have stayed strong and then also putting out good music still, which is good. Did you ever have a moment where you thought, I'm going to go over here, bro. I'm out. I'm playing with this guy. You're my brother, so you'll always be there. Whatever, I'll be back.
Yeah. Family, right?
Honestly, that never really happened. Like
That's awesome.
And every band that we were in a band together. So
That's great. Like
It
you
just-
don't hear that, man.
It actually never crossed my mind, at least, to like jam with anyone else.
Wow, that's great. It also shows in the music too, because I don't know, when you got vibey music, you can't. It's almost like you plug your feelings into the music weirdly somehow. It's like almost like another jack with your guitar or bass.
Absolutely.
And it's like if you got someone that's not feeling it, it's like you can hear it in the fingers of the drumstick. So it's like,
Yep.
yeah, congrats. You guys are crushing the game, man. Awesome.
There was a interesting article I saw on Metal Injection. We were just talking about them before too, and it was how much do you have to stream to be above the poverty line? So I thought this was pretty funny because like, how many streams does it take to actually make money? And they dive into that like with the Well, so first they said according to the U.S. government, the poverty line for a single person household is $11,770. $11,770. Oh my
Which is
God, I
crazy.
can't speak.
Yep. Fold flipper lips.
I should
over
just rounded it up to 12,000.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
I felt like what's his name, Steve Carell and Bruce Almighty.
Yep. 12,000. Anyway, guys, next.
Oh man. But anyway, they were saying that, and the average stream pays about 0.006. So the quick answer is 3 million plays a year to earn an income of $12,000.
Wow.
That
That's
hurts my feelings. I don't even make music. Jesus Christ. It's like, well, it's insane.
that's I don't think anyone's making a complete living on streams on Spotify.
Unless you're Metallica.
Maybe Metallica, I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I don't think bands expect to see any money when they put their music up on Spotify.
Yeah, I think they're just using that for more exposure anyway, because I know a lot of bands have been using Spotify analytics to like get gigs, to promote their stuff, because I feel like some promoters are actually looking at that kind of stuff now.
Yeah, actually Spotify has become a pretty useful tool in that aspect. Seeing where a lot of your plays come from, which city, like what kind of genre they're throwing you in. I've been hearing bands like kind of redirecting their branding in terms of genre depending on where they fall in line in Spotify as well. But yeah, Spotify is very convenient, so that's why it's a useful tool. Like you can literally find almost any band on there.
Where do you guys what city do you guys like populate a lot?
Chicago and New York City. Chicago is I think our biggest like city as far as streams go. Let's see. I think Nashville and Houston is actually a pretty big one. Houston's a big metal city actually.
Wow. Okay.
Awesome. That's good. Those are all great cities.
Yeah, those are like big cities. Like if you go there, you're gonna get a lot of crowds.
It's a fantastic city to have. It's better than just like, man, wow.
But like every tour that we've been on for the last 10 years, most shows in Houston don't do that well. But the one time that it did well was when we were with Thrice and Animals as leaders, and that show was lit.
Wow.
Great. Is that a tour or a single show?
That was a tour.
Oh, when was this?
Yeah, that was Thrice's farewell tour. I want to say that was 2000 and
Like 12, 13?
yeah, that sounds right. 2000.
Okay, yeah, because they just came back. I was like, well, they just came back. You don't come back unless it's been like 5 years. So do the math. That's probably somewhere.
Isn't that
man.
lovely how there's so many bands do farewell tours and then they just come back?
Dude, it's crazy. And like when they come back stronger too. Like their record sales are up, their tour sales are up.
Yeah.
It's almost like a move, like a boxer to retire. It's like retire for a year, you'll be back, and you'll make a crazy amount of money. That's a great tour. Yeah, man. I kind of wish I went, dude. I wish I lived in Houston, dude. I barely travel out of the tri-state area, so I don't know. I just
definitely stopped in New York. We were, let's see, I think that was Best Buy Theater. Is that next to it, right?
Yeah, it's not. Well, it was known as PlayStation after Best Buy, and then now it actually closed down. Oh, sorry. Well, they're not gonna have metal shows there. They're gonna have more like Broadway live theater kind of acts there.
Yeah,
No
you know,
more
the stuff
shows.
you need.
Yeah. Culture, you know.
Yeah, it's not like it's on the street with 7 of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many times I've gone to buy tickets and I had to get through a bunch of nicely dressed people in my ripped T-shirt to go buy a $20 ticket. It's like, oh man, yeah, no, that's cool. That's awesome. Yeah,
What's like a favorite? Because you played with Thrice right there, and I was the leaders. What's another show that you had a lot of fun on?
We toured with The Sword, and that was a really fun tour.
Oh, my brother-in-law's just gonna come through. Like, what? Loves The Sword. He's actually wearing their shirt right now.
Yeah, that was The Sword and Big Business and us, and that tour was super rad. And then we did a tour with Circus Survive, and Touche Amore, and Balance and Composure.
What the hell? These are just great tours after great tours.
Dude, that tour was the ultimate like homie hangout tour. Like everyone was, it was like summer camp for us, man. It was awesome.
Homie hangout.
Man. It's like, did you guys ever tour? Okay, let me ask you this. I don't know why. This is just personal. You guys ever tour with Deftones?
No, we have not.
Oh, I feel like that would be a good match.
We actually got. This is probably like one of the most like regretfully things that we've done as a band.
Jeez, I'm sorry, guys.
Bring it up, Jess.
Yeah,
Good job, asshole.
I don't know if you're familiar with Soundwave. It's like a traveling festival over in Australia.
Yeah.
So we had an offer to do that, and then I don't know if you're familiar, but the guy that runs it is kind of shady, and he got into trouble with like paying bands and stuff like later down the line.
Damn.
But so essentially, we were set to play 1 year, but we got pushed back to the next year. And then during that transfer, we had an offer from Deftones to do a tour with them, and unfortunately, we had already committed to this festival, and we couldn't back out. So,
man, yeah, because because not that like it's like you guys are both vibey bands, even though they like I was just like thinking, I was like, oh, so you guys big fans of Deftones?
Oh yeah.
I feel like everyone is. I remember I saw Haley Williams come and sing a song with them. I was like, all right, cool. I was like, I guess everybody loves Deftones.
Oh yeah. I mean, they're a sentimental band, man. Like, just on top of their game ever since the beginning.
It's crazy. Yeah, it's nuts. Man,
and they're putting out dope records, so it's awesome.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like it's so weird because everyone's always got that thing. It's like, man, the first 2 albums of every band's good. Then it sucks. It's like, I don't know what you're talking about, bro. Yeah. Trivium just crushed it with 2 albums. Deftones I don't remember them releasing a bad one. Like every time I hear a Deftones song come on, I'm like, that's sick. That was from like what year? Wow. Yeah. All right, cool.
I think Deftones is about to drop another record. They said that.
Well, they were, but
I know it got pushed back. But I'm just saying, it's cool that they have it in the bag, that they're ready. It's not like, nah, we got to record and do all this stuff. They're like, no, once this is over, we could probably drop it.
Yeah, that's nuts. Wow, man.
All right, so let's break into another fun segment we have on the show. This one's called the Random Silly Question segment. Are you ready to take part in this?
Oh, yeah.
Are you prepared?
Are you ready? Because these are so crazy. No, I'm kidding. All right, question number 1. We've had some great answers for this one. Best tour prank. Now, it could be something that you were a part of or something you witnessed. Either or.
I haven't witnessed too many tour pranks. I've heard about a handful of them, but and not to sound cocky or anything, pretty sure we pulled off the best tour prank ever. This was the Thrice farewell tour. This is the last show on the tour, and at the time, was supposed to be the last show of the band forever. This was in their hometown in LA or Orange County in California. They had just finished their set. They walked off before the encore, so they were just kind of chilling backstage for a minute. We're good friends with their guitar tech, so he helped us rig this up. But before Thrice could go back on, we jumped on all their instruments and played Creed's Higher without their knowledge. And the cool part was like, there's a big backdrop on the stage. There's like curtains that kind of opened up, and when we got on, they like started hearing their guitars going on and stuff and drums going, so they like opened the curtain, and it's like the whole band and their families and their crew just like looking out at us playing this fucking dumbass Creed song in front of like 2,000 people.
That's awesome.
So I guess they loved it, right?
Yeah, there's video of that on YouTube. If you just type in like O'Brother Creed cover, I'm sure it'll pop up.
O'Brother Creed sounds like very religious.
Sounds like a bunch of robes and Bibles. That's not Children of the Invisible. Like, what the hell? That's awesome, dude. Like that. I loved hearing pranks like that because I heard one of my favorite ones is I heard something similar. Killswitch Engage opened for Slayer, and every band that's ever opened for Slayer has that story of, yeah, we tried to set up and everyone said you suck and boo and where's Slayer at? So Adam D played Rain in Blood and Major. And he just kept playing Slayer riffs. So
my God.
He just kept doing that classic thing. He would just play a like, oh, here's Angel of Death in major key. Just like it just trolled him. It's like, you suck. It's like, well, no, here you go again. Here's your favorite song back at you.
God, so good.
He's one of the best guys on stage.
Oh, man.
All right, question number 2. Which TV show does your band relate to the most?
Holy shit.
That's the reaction we want.
That's a great question. Let me think here.
Always Sunny.
I was going to say Always Sunny. Like,
who's Frank?
That's one of my favorite shows of all time, straight up.
Yeah, who's Frank?
Yeah, let's roll with this. I'm gonna say Always Sunny.
Does each band member like? Is there a Dennis? Do you have a Mac?
I'm actually probably Frank.
Wow.
Where's your toe knife, bro?
Yeah.
Johnny is D.
Oh.
Is he gonna hear this and be like, "Come on"?
Shut up, bird.
Shut up. Jordan is Mac. Tanner is Charlie, and Michael is Dennis.
Oh man. Have you guys ever talked about this before? I feel like me and Jesse have always talked about like, dude, our friend group's just like the 70s show. You got the basement, blah blah blah. You know, like we always kind of do that kind of thing. Have you guys have done this before or no?
No, we have not. No, we don't. But that just makes so much sense to me.
Oh man,
now they can hear this and either love you or hate you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like with that show, it's a bummer. If you hear your name with Charlie or D, it's just so depressing. It's just like,
bird.
It's like, I'm not a bird. So you guys just don't respect me? No, we love you. Oh, okay, good. Shut up. Anyways, back to what we were trying to talk about before somebody interrupted.
And I love how they always think she's not funny too. Make fun
Except
of
for
her jokes.
that one episode where they like turn her into like a comedian that like makes it big. Did you see that one?
Yeah. That was so bad. This was all fake.
Of course, you're not funny at all. Of course, this is all fake. Dude, that show gets so dark, man. I was like,
I know.
Oh man, I love every second of it. That's speaking of Deftones and longevity, and Deftones. It's like Always Sunny. I'm like, wow. Even the first season without Frank was awesome. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, like what are they on? Season 18 or something like that right now, or something.
It's something insane. I almost feel like I lost track, but no matter how many times I go back, it's like, all right, Dennis is gone, Max jacked, and for some reason, like it's like, all right, it's like
I think they're on 15 now. We could probably just look this up, but
oh yeah, we have Google.
That's we have technology for this. But like you said, they always put out great content. I mean, they're only doing like 8 episodes a season now, which is a bummer. But I'd rather have it than nothing, you know.
Yeah.
All right, question number 3, final question for the Random Silly question segment. What's your biggest pet peeve?
Just in general? Or okay.
Or any, I hate when people ask me about the Deftones tour that never happened. Thanks a lot. I'm sorry. Just
I think disrespect is probably the biggest pet peeve for me in general, and in terms of like being in a band or at a show. bands that or drummers that leave their cymbal or take off their cymbals while they're on stage instead of bringing all that shit off and then taking it off. You're just standing there on stage taking off one cymbal at a time.
Yeah, Jesse.
That's good to know. I only did one gig and no one was there, so that's good. So if I ever do another gig sometime in the future, I'll do that. That's good to
Take
know.
all your shit off, then you can break it down.
Oh man, yeah. I was like, I didn't care the one time because the band that was supposed to headline put us on last for some reason.
Oh,
It's like, oh, you're new, good. We'll go, and they just watch all the singer leave with his family. Like, bye, you guys have a good show. I was like, no, what?
Yeah. Gotta sit through your shitty set. Come on, man.
Yeah, it was like, what the hell? Yeah, it was great. It was our one friend at the bar and the bartender. He's like, they're all right, I guess. I was like, sick. That's what every band talks about. It's like awesome.
I love when I asked Gene Hogan this question, and he said that when guitarists leave their guitar or guitar case on the couch in the green room.
Oh yeah, that's a big one.
Yeah, I just never thought of that as being a thing. I was like, oh yeah, because like the small amount of times I've been backstage or whatever, I've seen guitars on the couch and they had to move them.
Yeah, like bags and cases on couches is like
yeah.
It's
like great. I was supposed to sit there, but
drummer practice pad, is that another one? If a drummer's just hauling off on a practice pad, it's like, all right, cool. I know you're trying to get better, but
no, that's cool.
Actually, cool, good to know.
When we were on tour with Animals as Leaders, like they were backstage, and that was all they did. All of them.
Practice.
Really, just practice?
Headphones on, either doing like paradiddles or whatever, or their other two dudes just doing scales like for hours.
Well, I guess it makes sense.
Yeah.
That's why
I guess I know what to do. All right, guys, I have to get off this podcast. I got to go. That's the key. Apparently, practice.
That's why Tosin's able to sell $5,000 guitars.
Yeah, dude.
They're so beautiful, though.
They're insane.
Wow. I actually wondered like how you guys vibe with them, because though like they get a little like crazy technical, I feel like it's still a vibe band. Well, it's instrumental, even though it get crazy. You could just sit there and just kind of rock to it, you know.
You can drop your head to their whole set just fine.
It's crazy too. It's like, you know, it's how good you have to be to have such technique, but have the room in the set to still have the pulse and not like cover it up somehow.
Oh yeah,
absolutely. Crazy.
Yeah,
it's almost like they're really good. I don't know why I'm talking about this, but
it's just like if they were good.
Yeah, it's almost like they should do this for a living, but it's unreal.
All right, so that was the random silly question segment. I hope you enjoyed that.
Cool.
Yeah. So do you guys have anything that you guys want to like I know like a lot of people are doing like live shows from like their houses, you know, quarantine live streams. Some people are dropping music videos, lyric videos. Is there anything O'Brother's going to like start pumping out?
Yes. Short answer, yes. A lot of things are kind of in the works right now.
Confidential.
We're kind of planning on not touring for like a year just to be safe, you know. Like, of course, if it was safe and everyone was totally comfortable with it, we would do a tour, you know, in like 6 months or something.
Does that include shows or just tours?
I mean, it's shows.
Okay, because I know some people will play like a gig at their local bar or something. I heard like some people are trying to see if they could just do one-off shows or something, not like an actual tour.
Right. Yeah, I think the first thing we probably will do will be playing a CD release show in our hometown, and then whenever everyone feels comfortable, we'll probably start talking about tours. But right now, we're kind of not planning on doing any live shows for a year and doing things within that year to keep people interested and engaged and keeping us productive. So yeah, we do have a lot of things in the works for sure.
Nice. Yeah, it's always nice to see bands keeping busy during this time, because when we first heard about this and the news broke about everything, we're just like, wow, the music scene, especially metal, is going to suffer. Because like most bands, most metal and rock bands, they make their money from playing live shows. And what can't we do now? Live shows.
Absolutely. And, I've been seeing a lot of things online about how like the smaller venues are going to most of them are probably going to have to end up closing, which is a very sad thing. So I don't know if I hope that the government steps in and helps these venues out. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see. But yeah.
That's
So
why I'm so happy St. Vitus, that Kickstarter or GoFundMe, whatever they started, jumped up. I think they were only asking for 15,000, and I think they got like 80,000 or higher.
oh
Last
my
I
god,
checked.
amazing.
Yeah, because St. Vitus is one of the coolest venues to be at.
I love that place, and I love everyone that works there. They're all super rad dudes and have always treated us so well, and I fucking love that venue so much.
It's
So good
probably
to
one of
hear.
my favorite like bar venues, I would say.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's an awesome spot.
It's crazy when it's just a black room with a stage that's about 2 feet off the ground that sells alcohol. It's like, this is better than every venue I've been at. It's just like Roseland Ballroom. Beautiful. Look at it. It's shut down. It's all right.
Though, like it truly is like how you run a place. Like
Yeah.
obviously it sounds good in there, but like the dudes that run that spot like make it to me.
So I just looked up its Kickstarter, and they asked for 15,000, and they actually have $101,000,
yes,
and there's still 14 days to go. So that's awesome. But they've been doing. It's not just like, here, donate to me. They've been doing like a little like kind of like reward things. Like you can get a T-shirt. They have like some signed like autographs, like obviously signed autographs, but pictures of stuff from like like Dillinger played there. They have that signed. Like they've been doing a lot of cool stuff to give back to the people that are supporting them. This is really cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Pledges, I should call it. I feel like such a noob.
They're pledging. Yeah, no. Oh, that's awesome, dude. I'm so happy because like everyone's affected. Hell, I got furloughed, but I almost don't really care. It's like I just like when this happened, I literally popped banned. Well, no, it's like it sucks. Don't get twisted. Yeah. But it's like I think for some reason I get because I love music so much, but it's like I'm like, yo, man, what about the dudes in O'Brother? Like, fuck, buy a T-shirt. It's like someone yelled at me. He's like, bro, I spent like $300 to $400 on band merch in the last I spent more on band merch during this thing probably than I have in the last like year. I'm like,
that's
like it's stupid. Like, dude, how much vinyl I bought? I don't have a record player. I just like collecting them until I buy a record player because I love the art. I'm like, dude, I just got one. Actually, it pisses me off. I got a double vinyl. It doesn't go in the sleeve. It just sits in between. I'm like, well, thanks, but all right. But it's like, yeah, like ask Chris. Like, it's just like, dude. But like, yeah, like I hope you guys make it through. Everyone's so talented. Like, I'm like a peon I just play drums for fun. I try to do my thing. I listen to my music, but man, like, I have so much respect. It's like I listen to most of like your record. I'm probably gonna check out the rest after this. I do a reaction channel, like, just let you know. So when this drops, I'll probably drop a few, build it up.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, like you guys are great. You guys deserve it. Like, I'm probably going to go buy a vinyl. Like, I kept doing that. I kept reacting to a song. I was like, well, that song's pretty good. I bought a vinyl. I'm like, I got to stop doing this, bro. I was like, between this and fast food, bro, I'm dying. I'm dying. It's like just vinyl and burger wrappers.
Dude, get yourself a vinyl player, bro.
Yeah, I do. I see it. It's like, man, I need a box, too, because they're like, apparently it's really hard to, like, I live in an attic, bro, and the temperature fluctuates. I'm like, man. Well, at least I'll have them, even if they don't work. Like, it just puts it on. It just sounds all messed up.
At least I'll have them.
Yeah, at least I'll have them. No, and you guys deserve it too. So, definitely seeing you guys when you come by. Well, hopefully.
Well, let's drop that album title one more time. You guys have this available on Bandcamp, and I'm assuming Bandcamp is probably the best method for fans to get your record, right?
Yeah, if you want to support the band directly, Bandcamp's a place to go. There's a bunch of merch on there as well. You can buy the digital download, but also we're on Spotify and Apple Music too. So yeah, just listen at the very least.
Yeah, right. Exposure. Well, is there anything else you'd like to mention, man, before we go?
Nah, thank you guys for your time and for having me. This has been really fun.
Yeah, dude, you're always welcome back. Thank you.
Anytime. If you want to chat. Why are you here, Anton? Just want to hang out. I got literally nothing's going on.
We're interviewing another band right now, man. What are you doing here?
You just come in. It's like, all right, he's a part of it now. So, anyways, co-host Anton, what's up with you?
Oh, brother. All right, man. Thank you so much.
Right on.
Enjoy the rest of your night.
You too. Take care.
See you, man. And that was Anton from Oh Brother. Awesome dude to talk to. Remember, go to their Bandcamp. I'll put the link in the description below, so you get to see that. It was only released the beginning of this month, May 1st, so it's brand new, spanking new, 10 tracks that you'll
Out
love.
of the oven.
Yeah, right?
Hot content.
Hot cookies.
Hot cookies. They go bad, so make sure to buy it immediately.
That's what we're doing right now. We're dropping hot content for you guys.
Oh, yeah. Nah, it's bad, dude. Like, I'm not even trying to, like, suck Anton off. I was actually serious. Like, I just buy some, like, I know it sounds like a douchebag. Like, dude, I buy content like me, bro. I'm the good fan. But, it's like, it's true. Like, I shouldn't be buying it. I just bought a Loathe shirt, bro. I still haven't decided if I'm going to react to the rest of the album. And I bought another shirt.
I think you should react to the rest of the album.
I'm thinking about doing a full album react because I listened to half.
Should, because Loathe is a great band.
I just bummed out. I listened to Aggressive Energy or whatever that second track is. I was on a walk. I turned it off after that song. I was like, this album's a hot fire. I got to react to it. Like, as I heard, I was like, I can't. Like, I feel guilty, but I almost like, I don't know, bro. Like, yeah, like I said, there are plenty of people. There's welders out there that are struggling. There's people in bakeries and stuff. And I feel for everybody. But I guess, like, you know, it's what my world is, I guess. Like, I'm not in the music business. Yeah, like, I like, you know, I guess I know how hard it is to, you know, I don't weld, I don't bake, I don't eat food. Like, I eat 3 different foods a lot. That's how I got such a big head. But, like, yeah, like, I know how hard drums in. And when I see Matt Gartzka or hear Matt Gartzka from Animals as Leaders sits in the back and just does paradiddles all day and just like, yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, it's like, that's why I'm not good. Like, I decided to sleep.
At the level he's at doesn't mean you're not
good. Oh, whatever. Yeah, I'm just shitting on myself. But, like, yeah, like, and Anton, like, I've listened to them, like, obviously, like you have. And, you know, they deserve it. Go buy it. Friday. I don't know what June is, but the first Friday of June. I think it's June 5th. No, June 5th for a band camp. Buy it, you O'Brother, anything. That's the next time they waive the fees. I'll be buying some stuff.
All right, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. And remember, if you want to check out any of Jesse's content for reaction videos, you can see it right now.
Yeah, Insid on YouTube. Well, youtube.com/c/Insid1. Just look up Insid. You'll see me. Insid on Twitch. Insid stream on Twitter and Instagram. And obviously, you know, Chris here, Metal Teddy Bear Experience, he's featured on my channel too. So, like, we're helping each other out. We do our thing. We're boys.
Oh, yeah.
So just check out everybody. And also my boy Chris, if you're here, go check out his other interviews. He's backlogged 2 years. Go check it out. It's awesome.
Yeah, guys, I've been doing my radio show with WMSC, 90.3 WMSC for quite some time now. So if you guys still want to listen to my tunes that I spin, that's on Tuesday nights, 7 to 10. And you can check out any shows you missed on mixcloud.com/MTB Experience. So.
Oh, yeah. And it's like, and now we're done, like, you know, just hyping each other up. He's like, I just love you, man. You know, I just gotta go down that rabbit hole. Like, bro, I just love you.
We're gonna stop recording.
I'm kidding. No, it was awesome. Anton, you were awesome. Oh, brother, you're awesome. Thank you so much for showing up. And also thanks Chris for having me on again. It's awesome.
Dude, no problem. All right, guys, until next time, keep it real.